Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 10th episode of Granbelm. And last episode, it seemed like a lot of our characters realized some big secret mystery reveal thing about Mangetsu. We haven't quite told Mangetsu that yet. Shingetsu seems to be pretty against telling Mangetsu because it's probably not good news. From what we saw, especially at that stinger there, it seems like there's definitely something off about her. Like we saw her hand change to more like a mannequin kind of form, so I'm currently operating under the assumption that she's not a real girl and that she's some kind of magical construct that's tied into this whole magical conspiracy stuff. Well, I mean, that sounds kind of weird. I don't even know how much sense it even makes, but that's the only thing I can think of, so I'm sure we'll get the true information in this episode, most likely. So let's just dive into it and see what the show hits us with. So, 3, 2, 1, go. That is a hand. Very puppet on a string-ish, you know. Yeah. Ah, that pierced my soul. But yeah, I mean, yeah, more or less just... I use the term homunculus, but I guess doll is just kind of more fitting for this show. It still leaves a lot of unanswered questions, though. But yeah, you can definitely say a lot of the talk about Mangetsu has foreshadowed this kind of thing. We just kind of shifted from tormenting Kuon to tormenting Mangetsu, I see. At any given time in this show, somebody's being bullied, is what I'm saying. Sometimes it's Shingetsu, sometimes it's Kuon, sometimes it's Mangetsu. Occasionally it's Nene. Okay, back into it. Oh yeah, we also had a tentacle monster. Well, of course. Wait, what? Wait, what? You're gonna have to elaborate on that. I guess I would explain the attachment, but... Huh. Does it work that way? Can magic coconuts make me a waifu too? I'll take an empty doll. It won't be empty for long. Sorry. Oh, that was an arm. That was definitely an arm. Gonna say it's all fake. All manufactured. Ah, that hurts. Come on, somebody just go stab her. Or shoot her, that works too. But, you know, it doesn't. It definitely does not work. Well, I don't really believe anything you say as a general rule. Can anybody shut her up, please? That didn't seem to do much better. I appreciate the effort, the try, though. Okay. And Shingetsu's mech has really gotten a beat in this show. Just in this show in general. We definitely need to have a talk about this stuff when we get out of here. If we get out of here. How do we kill this thing? just reflected it with the fan. That was cool. I hear literally nothing. Just like rush right towards me. I did, if you insist, donate, Sean. They're just little lights. Donate Sean's plan. I can summon things too. I mean, I'd be a tentacle monster, but... Okay, that didn't go so well. Do you have more? Oh, well, it almost worked. Oh, wow, she is fast. Damn. Of course she absorbs a frickin' thing. Gotta watch out for those tentacles. Good thing we have backup. Good thing we have the power of friendship helping us. Unlike frickin' Shui, who is all on her own. Aside from our monster friend. It's not even really her friend. She doesn't have friends. It's because she's the one that's truly empty inside. That's a lot of magic. We need to end this quickly. Oh, hello there. Just big old face pops up in your face. And her sister seems so nice too. We saw this before. We're gonna expand on it. I definitely remember that. Are you almost filled up? Everyone pumping their magic into you? There we go. She seems a bit worried and I enjoy that. Two sisters working together, sort of. I can dig that. Don't touch me with your dirty hands. Oh wow, that is a magic circle right there. Oh wow. Yeah, I think he might be in trouble. I can almost feel that power. Temu, do you say? Yeah, we finally had an attack that look like it will do something. Oof. Right through. Oh, damn. Just blow up the whole stage. Is anyone alive anymore? I think that qualifies as being cratered. That is a power of sisterly love right there. Sister who plays the long game. Yeah, of course, similar to Anna, she doesn't give up easily. But Anna lost in the end, so she will too. Although I wish she would just stop. Is that her power going to the magic coconuts? Or her? Looks like it. Get wrecked. You were outsmarted by your sister. How does that feel? Those two start lighting together as well. Now that's a face of butthurt I want to see. Oof. There we go. A little bit delayed, but we finally got that stab to go through. As it feels so satisfying. No, you were the one that was eaten. You never even knew it. Man, that is a great payoff for all of that. Except for that part. You criticize... What is wrong with you? How could you not be bothered by getting stabbed? I feel like that definitely should have worked. Yeah. But what went wrong, though? Like, it looked like everything was gonna work out. Why did this show enjoy tormenting me? This show just doesn't want me to be happy. That's really what it comes down to. Why couldn't she just been stabbed and die? Was that so much to ask for? But no, she had to stab Kuon first. So, anything you want to say, Shingetsu? Anything you want to talk about? No. It was on the to-do list. Just never got to it. I mean, you seem plenty human to me. You know, well, it's on the inside that matters, and you're a wonderful person. But don't worry about the whole doll thing too much. Wow. I mean, a doll with memories and emotions is basically a person, right? And that's the main difference between a doll and a person is the emotions, right? Are you real, Kibo? Don't say that. Why would you? This show is the worst sometimes. Okasan, there's this girl out there that looks kind of like me, but a few years older. Might be a good time to not have emotions, actually. Don't act like she doesn't exist. I think Windows Explorer just crashed on my computer. Nobody's allowed to be happy in this show, apparently. Just Magic Coconut seems like it's kind of a dick. Oh no. Taking my time to get a new phone. This one's clearly faulty. I make jokes to just mask the pain if that's not clear. Mangetsu does not deserve this either. Don't you smile. Stab you again. I had to fight the urge to punch my monitor. The Nana sisters looking more serious than usual. Right. Can we do something about that? Can Shingetsu pump her full of it? Then why was she allowed to participate in the Granbelm thing at all? Don't say that. People need to stop saying that. It hurts every time. Yeah, we've been to this before. Although, with Anna, it didn't hurt as much. I'm sure there's a lot to what Granbelm is. You know, like Kyuu, he only tells you what the good parts of things. We're all the puppets on the string. It's like the government, really. It's all about the magic coconuts. Never trust it. Suitable heart. And why are we in the rain? You think you have that special heart? Because I don't think you even have one. Ugh! I know it's just a doll, but still sounded so painful. Stop doing that. Yeah, do not breathe in my ear. I'm not okay with this doll abuse. What angle are you even at? Ouch. Oh, damn. Never realized how much I've revolved around Shingetsu until she mentioned all that. You are starting to really... Holy frig! That is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. I did not need to see that. I feel traumatized now. I thought she was creepy before. I kind of want to leave now. What are you? I can't focus on anything else but that scene right now. That visual just won't leave my head. Yeah, we definitely need to talk to Shingetsu some more. She probably needs some therapy after that too. For sure. Better her than Shui. Yeah. Shingetsu's in quite the position. We're not going to allow that to happen, Mangetsu. I'm sure Shingetsu doesn't want that to happen either, so that's what she's got to do. It's a horrible nightmare. I don't blame you, not at all. It's been a rough show for you. Especially lately. Shingetsu, you want to show up? Oh, there we go. I really hope that's Shingetsu. Or... Oh no, that's... Okay, that's the sister. Why? How? Why? I was kind of expecting / hoping that was Shingetsu, but I guess that's better than it being the Suisho, I guess. But she's okay. This is a rough episode. So currently, it looks like Shingetsu is the one that's favored to be the Grand Mage Princeps thing, God, whatever they call it. And Suisho is just a monster. Really, is what I got from this episode. I think that's pretty clear. Any stinger or anything like that? No, there's not. Okay. That was the 10th episode of Granbelm. And, well, we wasted no time talking about the situation with Mangetsu. Basically, it seems to be what it comes down is she is a doll, like a literal doll, that was made through the magic coconuts system, but for like Shingetsu's sake, I guess is what they basically said. So yeah, she's not a real girl, but she's pretty close to a real girl. I mean, you know, technically has memories and emotions and feels pain and sadness, and which is of course an emotion. Like, she seems pretty human-like to me, even if, you know, we saw like a doll hand at some point. She seems human in pretty much every way that really matters, so I don't think she should worry about that too much, aside from the whole, you know, disappearing thing, which is a pretty big deal. We gotta definitely work something out with that. Which, you know, we're thinking about that. The battle itself, you know, it's such a tease. It got me so excited, you know. We had Kuon talking about her sister and her plans and working together, the power of sisterly love, magic combining to just deliver a powerful blow against Suisho. And it was great, you know. I was really into it. She stabbed her. It was great. And then just no. Just the show said no. Nope. You're happy about all that? Well, too bad. We're gonna stab Kuon instead. How do you feel about that, viewer, audience member? So yeah, that's basically what we got. It's not okay, show. I do not appreciate this abuse. Not one little bit. And then friggin' like the next scene or so, we see Suisho just happily sitting in the classroom smiling. I just wanted to hit her so badly, you know. I was hoping somebody would, but nobody did, and it was very upsetting. But you know, it is what it is. You know, at some point I realized this show is one of those, you know, wants to hurt you kind of shows, so it's not like I'm super surprised by the pain it's trying to deliver to me, but it still hurts when it hurts, you know. But man, there was just so much power that we saw Kuon wielding. How is Suisho still just here existing? I don't understand why. I don't understand why at all. It's horrible, you know. And we saw some pretty just awful faces on Mangetsu this episode, especially when she was, you know, wandering around aimlessly, going home. Kibo's like, oh, so strangers at the door. I don't know what that's about. Mom is like a stranger at the door. Maybe she's here maybe she's soliciting. I don't know. It's like, oh, there is somebody here. Who are you? Like, you know, to you, we may be your mother and sister, but to us, you're like a literal nobody, you know? It just, that kind of thing is always just horrible to watch. You know, and we've obviously had some stuff like this kind of before, you know. Well, not exactly like this, but Anna was similar. The way, you know, people forgot about her and stuff, but there was no physical Anna walking around to go home, so it was a little bit different, but it does have plenty of similarities. And Kuon, you know, did pretty much get the Anna treatment. And just every time a character says, like, every time a character brings up another character, it's like, yeah, about Kuon, and then somebody's like, oh, who is that? That hurts every time. Probably because it reminds me of a certain REM scene. That kind of concept's become a bit of a trigger for me. So it hurts every time a lot because of that. The one visual with like the words popping off the phone looked pretty cool. And it's not cool for Mangetsu really, because it's just more horribleness for her. But it was a cool looking effect, at least. Man, it pissed me off seeing her just sitting there smiling in class. Just pissed me off so much. But anyway, the Nena sisters have been, you know, explaining to Mangetsu about her existence and how it's fading, and we kind of put a thing on her head to kind of stabilize her for now, but she really needs like a real mage to really stabilize her existence. It seems like is the case, and the best case scenario would be Shingetsu becoming the Princeps mage person and helping with that, right? That would be the ideal scenario, but that means, you know, winning the thing. And we also have the whole thing about Shingetsu wanting to get rid of all this magic stuff, but, you know, can't really do that and help Mangetsu, so it's a very rough situation to be in, for sure. So, yeah, this episode was kind of a bit of a game changer as well, seems like. And, yeah, just that doll abuse was rough to watch. But doll's arm should not make such a bone-cracking sound. It's horrible. But just, yeah, the scene was just full of Suisho doing things that I didn't like whispering into Shingetsu's ears. But of course, the worst was this bit here. Okay, because I gotta talk about this part. Suisho. Okay, so she's obviously talking to Shingetsu on the roof and stuff like that. She eventually gets closer to her. She does this thing where she's like bent over to the side, you know, and we see like a close-up of it, so we only see about this much of her. But it's pretty clear she's at a very weird angle, right? So it's already kind of off-putting a little bit, you know, kind of making it feel a little bit uncomfortable. It really is the escalation of this that really makes it work so well. because it starts with a zoom in, right? And after she talks for a little bit, eventually zooms out and we see the whole bit. Yeah, and then we see like that really painful looking spine bending, you know, as she's like kind of literally arching over Shingetsu. Just very interesting visual stuff, for sure. What studio made this show? Because it felt very, very shafty at some points. So I kind of want to look at that real quick. What studio did make this? Studio Nexus, okay. Sounds vaguely familiar. Do I recognize anything they've made? Oh, Comics Girls, Rakudu Kishi no Cavalry, Wakaba Girl. Oh, really not a lot actually at all. But yeah, I definitely felt some moments that made me feel like I was watching Madoka for sure. But anyway, back to this, you know, as Suisho's kind of just giving this big old speech to Shingetsu, basically talking about her destiny and all that. You know, her friend that went mad and just all that stuff. Really just trying to hurt her as much as possible, you know. And that's what she does in this show. Anyway, as far as what her body is doing physically, which is what I was trying to focus on, it eventually makes it go dark around here somewhere. And one true friend you found was a doll. Oh, yeah, I was expecting it, it still made me jump, right? Yeah, eventually it zooms in on her. We get to see the same kind of zoom in from the head to the chest that we saw before, except this time it's just completely darked out. You know, the eyes like big old white circles with black circles in them, and that smile. It's just terrifying. And I didn't even, at this point, I was already a little bit freaked out. I did not know it would get worse. I had no idea it would get worse. But it did. Like, we saw it kind of like lose its initial shape, like kind of like spilling outwards, and it just looks so horrible. And then when it zoomed back out, that's when it got to be its worst. That is seriously the most freaky thing I've seen in a while. I don't even have the words for it, really. But yeah, like I said, it's really the escalation that really maximized the terror of that, you know? Seeing her in that kind of position, roughly like a regular person, just slightly uncomfortable looking, to this, to whatever this is, just... But anyway, basically talking about how she's the favorite of magic coconuts and all that, but, you know, still gotta deal with Sui's show. Who still wants to win, you know, in spite of that supposed favoritism from Granbelm. And Shingetsu just kind of left, sat on the roof alone, probably forever scarred, really. I know I am. And then we end off the show with actually a little meeting between Kuon's sister and Mangetsu. I was pretty sure when seeing the little finger twirl that was Shingetsu, but thinking back on it, I guess it makes sense that we wouldn't go immediately from Shingetsu looking that sad on the roof to her happily, you know, playing with Mangetsu's head. Like, that's a bit of a mood shift. I don't think Shingetsu could do that. So when I think about it like that, you know, it probably wasn't Shingetsu, which is why I actually started to think it more like it would be Suisho, you know, just messing with people as she always does. But I never would have guessed who it actually was, though. The sister. Like, she's awake, she's out of the house, she's going to chill, hang out with Mangetsu. I did not expect that. I'm kind of curious what she'll end up talking to her about, because she's obviously pretty smart, you know, she had a lot of plans and stuff that she worked together with her sister for, and, you know, nobody ever said her plans were over, technically, so maybe she has more up her sleeve, maybe kind of gonna help Mangetsu take up the reign. Although I think they said Mangetsu literally couldn't win, you know, because she is like that fake doll thing. But who knows, I'm sure the sister has something valuable to say there, for sure. We'll just have to wait and see what it is. But, I mean, she's essentially lost her sister, so just turns to Mangetsu, I guess, as, like, option B. You know? It was a painful episode. For sure. There was at one point I really thought Suisho was just dead. She was defeated. She was out of it. And the show just proved me wrong. Pulled that carpet out from under my legs. Made me fall. It was very unpleasant. Mangetsu's really sad. Shingetsu's really sad. Suisho just keeps sitting in the class with that stupid grin on her face. It just is horrible. Kuon's gone. Just nobody's happy right now. Except for the terrible person. It's just it was a sad episode. Hopefully we could have a bit more hope next episode. You know, because we kind of pretty much at like a very low level of hope in this one. So hopefully we could go up from that next episode. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.